everybody, my name is Rainey from Rainey Reads, and today I'll be reviewing The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. This book was published in 1951, and it narrates the events that happened in a handful of days to our protagonist, Holden Caulfield. We as readers accompany him in a thrilling and terrifying adventure and share his anxiety as he escapes from the school that he oh so hates and the life that his parents set out for him. This journey is filled with past memories, and it shows Holden's existential crisis throughout the story, revealing the book's major theme, the inevitable death of innocence that we all must experience. Personally, Holden is one of my favorite characters, not only from this book, but from all the books that I've read. He is the quintessential teenager. Well, I'm a teen. He struggles with the concept of maturing, and honestly we all have, even if we don't like to admit it. He wants all the freedoms that come from adulthood, like drinking or smoking, but he doesn't want the responsibilities that are attached to them. However, his angst is magnified by his depression, and he is neglected, even though not on purpose, by his parents that keep on sending him to different boarding schools, even though it's obvious that Holden is failing and getting expelled on purpose. He also feels abandoned by his brother DB, who by becoming a Hollywood writer goes against all of Holden's principles. Honestly, all of the adults in Holden's life have been lousy and disappointing, from taxi cab drivers, bellhops, and even to his favorite teacher, Mr. Antolini. And even people of his own age come up short to his expectations, as they all conform to social norms, and he just thinks of them as phonies. As a result, Holden has a marred conception of adulthood and thinks that everyone is a fake, a fraud, a phony. Children in Holden's life are what keep him truly grounded and represent the innocence that is not lost. On one hand, we have his brother Ali, who died from leukemia and remains young forever in Holden's mind, as we see him talk to Ali in some scenes. This death is the source of Holden's true depression, and the redemption as a love for his brother Ali propels him to want to save all children and become the catcher in the rye. On the other hand, we have Phoebe, which we get to meet in several occasions, and is an all-around hilarious character, and I love her. And she's what keeps Holden, she's the only real, alive person who keeps Holden grounded to reality and makes him wish to be mature just for the sake of Phoebe. These are the only two characters in the whole story that are not phonies to Holden, and it really shows us how he idolizes the idea of childhood. One of my favorite things about Catcher in the Rye is all the symbolism that you can see, from the scenes to people to items like Holden's red hunting hat. I love Holden's red hunting hat with the long flaps on the sides and the long bill, But I couldn't find one. I would love to have one, but instead I'm gonna wear my wolf hat. The hat symbolizes not only that he uses it for protection against the cold, but mostly that he bought it because he thought it was hilarious and just weird to wear it outside in New York City. Now, not only does it represent that, but it represents that he's immature and still a kid and wants to go against the status quo, against the grain. It reminds me about the times that I used to wear a penguin costume in 7th grade just to show that I was different and I'm still a kid and didn't want to mature. There's also the questions that he asked, like about the ducks in Central Park, but that shows that he's also immature and so young and just so immature. But that also reminds us about the dumb questions that we used to ask when we were kids and still ask, but maybe that's just me. My favorite symbol is Ali's baseball glove, covered in all of his writing. These are the poems that he would write on the field instead of paying attention to the baseball game. This is Holden's most prized and beloved possession, and it represents how much he wants to keep the memory of his brother and his lost childhood. Sometimes we face adversities that leave us winded, longing for a time where everything was perfect and worry-free. And what was a perfect time then when we were kids and all we had to worry about was our favorite ice cream flavor? And Holden is living a worry-free life according to him. However, life moves onwards, and so must we. Even if we must face terrible fears, we have to. There's no other choice. The record that he buys for Phoebe, Little Shirley Beans, tells us a story about a little girl who lost her 2 front teeth and is too ashamed to go out. And this represents how Holden is scared to... This symbolizes how Holden is afraid of growing up and letting go, like a lot of us are. The title in the book is extremely fitting, The Catcher in the Rye. Holden mistakes a line from the very famous Robert Burns poem, Coming Through the Rye, If a Body Catch a Body, Coming Through the Rye, which refers to a sexual encounter. Holden takes it the wrong way, and he says that he's the catcher in the rye, catching children from falling off a large cliff. And what he means by that is that he wants to be the one who saves kids from going through adulthood, or going to adulthood. He wants to save them from the pains and heartbreaks and all the bad things that happen when you become a teen or an adult. He wants them to preserve their innocence and not lose it as he did. Truly, The Catcher in the Rye is an amazing book that every teen should read. Well, everybody should read it. It's amazing how J.D. Salinger could capture the minds of kids in the 50s all the way till now. It truly is an immortal book that touches upon a subject that most adults don't care about. The teen angst that comes from the inevitable death of our innocence. Now, I wish I could have met Mr. Salinger myself. As Holden says, what really gets me is a book that after you're done reading it, you wish that the author who wrote it was a terrific friend of yours, so that you could call him up whenever you felt like it. So pick up a copy of The Catcher in the Rye and read it, you phony.
Predictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.